Welcome to Encounters, everybody. Good evening. This is the most #1 popular UFO spiritual talk show on social media. It's about 11:06 p.m. on a Friday night. Friday night, everybody, on planet Earth, right here on the East Coast. Welcome to Encounters. Yes, indeed, brothers and sisters from all over the world. You're watching Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, the man from Mars, the man that works with the Ashtar Command, the man that is also a contactee from the 60s. Hello, Christina, Heather, Chalia, Judy Law, everybody, Lauren, Wick, everybody out there, wherever you are here. Dan Stadler, Jane, Joan, Lori, everybody, Brim, good to see you, Brim, brother. Gary, hey, April, good to see you. Wick, have a conversation with a spiritual enlightenment person. Would like to have a conversation, spiritual enlightenment person. Wick says. And Maria Castro, good to see you here. Everybody coming in here. Maria, I think it's Gray 13. Definitely welcome everybody. And please like, so we need everyone to tap the screen as you get in here. I need everybody to tap on my screen. We want to do 100,000 likes, so if you help tap the screen, it will increase people awareness of who we are, where we are. Who is God to you? We'll get into that, Wick. We'll answer your question. Please send them to my house, StarLord85000. Hey, Gary, good to see you. So I'm going to answer very quickly Wick's question. It's very simple for me, not being from Earth, who God is, because on Earth everybody has all these perceptions of a God and create their own gods, and that's just, So from the cosmic level of light, hey, Sun One, good to have you with us. God is one creator of all different planetary systems, of all dimensions, of all life forms. God is a singular energy, which God is God's love, God's light. Hey, Johnny, good to have you with us. Hey, Lavelle, good to have you with us. So your question to me, Wick, about God, there's a God that created all the multiverse, God that created every life form, no matter what it was, all the trees, all the bees, all the flowers on every planet. God is everything, everywhere. That's my answer. That's my answer about God. And I talk about God in a more non-Earth galactic level of understanding. So I appreciate your question. Big fan, welcome to the show. Thomas, welcome to our show. Everybody, hey, Brim, welcome back, Brim. I don't know what happened. Brim just came back. He was there a minute ago. Gerald, good to have you with us. So I am CmdRAleon, the man from Mars, not from planet Earth. I don't subscribe to Earth-based belief systems, the 3D stuff. Hey, D, welcome, Paul345. Dan Lane, Patrick, welcome. Kelly Park, welcome to the show. So if you're new to the show here, you're in for a cosmic experience. You know what I mean? Hey, Thomas. Hey, Brandy, welcome. Good to see you. Blessing, Divine Being, Commander. Gratefulness for you. Thank you. So we're going to have another great show tonight. We had, hey, Deborah Comfort. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. We are glad that it is now a Friday on planet Earth. And it sure is. So Wick believes that we live in a dream. And my response to that is, we're not living in a dream. We're living in a reality. And a reality is a multi-dimensional reality. There's no dream that we're living in. We're living in an actual physical reality. And that physical reality is not just on Earth, but that physical reality is everywhere in the multiverse. And we can go into a dream state, and in that dream state have a dream that can go into another specific reality, or just a dream. But no, we're living in a real reality here. Are there women on Venus? Of course there are, as there are other intelligent people, women, men, children. Yes, absolutely. Oh yes, we're still definitely on for tonight, Deborah. We'll definitely have you up here. We're just getting started. Dimples, hello. Use Nick. I was striked with a beam light when I was years old. Interesting. User Nick. You have to get up to like 50 followers to come on live, but that's interesting. User Nick says, I was struck with a beam of light when I was years old. That's interesting. Hey, Dimples, we see you. We see you there, sister. Sherman Jones, welcome to the show. Rusty Blue Nova, welcome to the show. Anita, Red One, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. We are happy to see you all. And don't think I don't see you, because we see everything. For the most part. For the most part. We're just going to invite some people here. And you too can invite people that you think would be open to encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Absolutely. Without a question. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. We have our Venmo account, always. My Cash App is Venmo on my main profile page. Please feel free to use my Venmo. If you have the ability to go to Venmo, I appreciate that. That's a quick way to supporting the show. Sutton Gypsy, good to see you. Monique Bridges, hey, good to see you as well. Good to have everybody here tonight. Let's just do this here. I was just reading people's things here. Hey, James, welcome. Welcome to the show. Virginia Fenn. Hello there, Virginia. Good to have you with us, James. Hope you're having a good night on Friday. Everybody, Aaron. Everyone coming into the most popular program on spiritual UFO areas. You're watching it right here. Lamia, I think it's Lama 3 or something. Hello from Long Island. Hey, Long Island, good to see you. Diane, everybody else coming in here. Darlene, all the people. We appreciate you all being here. And we're going to get into some pretty good interviews tonight, I think. There's a lot going on. It's pretty weird. I've been watching these videos, supposedly, of these comets, or what is it, comets. There was one in New York area the other day that people were hearing a boom. I heard about it. I saw the videos of it. I heard it on the regional news, and it was pretty intense. And then other places, these things have been happening with the comets. What's the significance of that? That's a good question. Okay, interesting. Red One, we're gonna have to bring you up about this. My mom has a device in her leg. I think I might also have one. We're going to have to bring you up here and see if we can figure that out, and if it's definitely an implant by some space ETs or negative ETs or whatever. We're going to have to do some little Ashtar command work here on the show tonight. And, definitely I'm going to have to bring you up here. We're going to be bringing people up in a minute or so on the show. We're just getting started. It's 11:14 in the evening on a Friday night here on Encounters. Cheryl Barron, welcome to the show. Please tap the screen. On the top right, you'll see it says 8.2. If you all tap on the screen, you'll make the hearts start happening. When those hearts start popping up on my screen, that means the numbers go up. If you don't tap on the screen, my likes don't go up. If you just sit there and look at the screen like this, my likes don't go up. So you need to tap on the screen, and you'll see in the right top corner, next to my logo, you'll see it. Keep tapping on the screen and it'll keep going up. We want to get to 100,000 likes tonight. So the more you tap on the screen and get the likes up, it will allow for TikTok to spread the word, so to speak. You know what I mean? Ann Zernecki Rush Hecka, I think it is. I'm probably botching that up pretty good. Paula Marie, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here, welcome. And I'll bring people up in a few minutes here, so be patient. We're just getting into the groove of what we're doing here. Hey, Alicia, good to have you with us. Shelly, Angel Hart, Jeffrey Shaw, I think it is. Bills A36, 60,000 Gret. Stephen Jones or Johnson, I don't know. Marcus Prout. Barb, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it, Bob. Thank you for the gift. It's a blessing to get the gifts from everybody. Diane Smith, user Nick. Just everybody out there around the world, wherever you are, welcome to the show. I'm going to bring, let's see who's in here. Okay. And we're going to see if this other person's on here. They might be working. But we're going to do we'll see what happens here. I'm not going to worry about it now. Any negative encounters with UFOs on film? There are probably, and Yuzeki, probably historically there probably are. I'm telling you, man, you would love to have a conversation with me. All right. And just to let people know, being the host of the show, I like randomly pick people. So just know that, you know, if you're not picked right away, you know, the commander, as host of the show, will actually do that here. We're just looking at who's here. Hey, Mike Masters, good to see you. Now, just let people know the format of the show, just so you know the format of the show, okay? The format of the show is that this is a show called Encounters, UFO Contact. What does that mean? Let me kind of chill, you know, give you a little insight. This show is about the galactic, the cosmic, the spiritual aspects of UFOs. And UFOs are basically, the term UFO means unidentified flying object. But we're not talking about nuts and bolts here. We talk to people, we've interviewed people who are contactees, people that have been abducted, Bigfoot. We talk about people that are having contact with Sasquatch, angels, in the galactic sense of this, the whole thing, mer people, all of that stuff, all of that stuff. So we're really focused. We have a pretty good focus. We talk about the inner Earth, the space cities in our oceans and our seas. That's our focus. Yeah, look, you're interested in me enlightening you on the spiritual concept of UFOs. So UFOs themselves aren't a spiritual concept. UFOs are just a terminology for unidentified flying objects. When I see spiritual aspects of the subject, I'm more or less talking about the space people. For example, for those that don't know about the Ashtar Galactic Command or Ashtar Command, they are the positive coin. If you had to flip a coin, the Ashtar Command would be the positive forces of light, spiritual forces, cosmic Christed beings, men and women and children from positive planets. Tahar, Karen Morgan, Tahar. They'd be the cosmic forces of light from many planetary systems. And I am part of that grouping of positive forces of light. I'm also a talk show host for 21 years on NPR Pacific Radio. Sarah says hi. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. So, you know, when people hear the term UFO, and for many years I've heard people say, I really want to contact those people, those UFOs. And I tell people, you're not contacting UFOs. UFOs are just unidentified flying objects. What you're trying to do, in truth, is learn how to facilitate contact with positive space people that are in these spaceships that one would call UFOs. My radio show, Jago, is on Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on WESUFM.org, and it's called The Cosmic Eye, Ashtar Command Radio Show. I'm also on YouTube. Well, this show here, all our shows here on TikTok are on my YouTube channel, and if people subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can watch all our past shows. They're all put on there. This show will be on my YouTube channel within 24 hours or 48 hours. So, radio show is Sunday mornings, 11:30 in the morning on WESUFM.org. Wendy, welcome to the show. Jordy, welcome. Caroline, I think we'll see. Forgive me, the moon was so red today in Chicago. Oh, really? Hey, Gwen, good to have you with us. Good to see you up here in upstate New York with us again. and we have apple cider. See, but the spiritual content about UFOs, spiritual has something to do without our flesh. Not necessarily. We are in a physical body, but we are spiritual beings in a physical form. Just like my space family that are on the spaceship. My two sisters and my brother, my mother and father. They are physical beings that look human, and they are, but they're spiritual beings, and they're spiritual beings in a physical form. And many spiritual people from other worlds are spiritual beings in a physical form. They are. I'm in a human vessel. Let's see. That's Gwen, my friend Gwen in upstate. Let's see if I can. And we've had her on the show before. Good evening, Gwen. Gwen, Jade. So so the whole aspect of we are basically, for example, I am a human being living a human existence on Earth, but I'm not just a human being, as you might not be a human being just living a human existence on Earth. You're also, if you're fully enlightened and you are fully activated, you're a spiritual being in a human form experiencing this existence. So when you go back to your original planetary system, you go out of stasis into your space body, you're still in another physical form, and you are a spiritual being in that form as well. Forgive me said, power outages, our whole hospital was down. It had to work all night to fix it. Is that because, that's the other thing, this is really weird. This morning, I didn't see it really happen here where I am. How many people know about the worldwide outages that were happening? They say it was this big company that ended up, I never heard of. How many people had problems this morning with power, with internet, with everything? I didn't have any problem where we were. I think the Facebook or something. Yeah, it was Microsoft. There was another company, evidently. The whole thing is weird, It's really strange what's happening on this planet, folks. Yeah. How could one major technical company that I've never heard of create so much worldwide down outages of all the internet and all the things that are happening, I think in some places they didn't have problems, but I think, hey, look, I was able to take money out of the bank and had no problem this morning, but I think in other places everything was down, Our planet is going into some very interesting things, folks. Yeah, I believe that we are definitely going to some major shifts here. It was interesting to see that happen. The cover story is that it was a tech company. You know what I mean? Maybe it was. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not going to go there. But I think we're going into some major, major shifts right now. Danny says, phone acting weird. Question is, why don't they no longer use Stargates? I'm sure Stargates are being used. We just don't know about it. And Vincent says, way too many. All of a sudden this morning on TikTok, I started seeing all these reports about the outages. So what's going on here? But I noticed on Facebook that normally things are pretty updated and you can see new postings. And there was things that were like 4 hours old or 2 hours old. There was no updates or nothing happening. So then we find out on the news that this thing was going on, and they even made our local news here in Connecticut about it. I think there are places that were not affected, but certain specific areas were affected by this. I don't know, I just thought it was something I wanted to mention and see if anybody else knew about it, or whether it was limited. But evidently it was worldwide, and certain places got hit pretty hard. Certain countries got hit pretty hard. Tammy says, I'm looking forward to going home. Yeah, it's specific, you're right. It's specific industries affected. Yeah, I know. The news said it was worldwide. I mean, there were stations in England that have TikTok that were saying, all these news stations were having problems. You know what? But in a sense, you know, if everything starts falling apart with the with the Earth-based infrastructure of electronics and everything else, hey, let it happen. You know, the way I look at it, it's just the signs of change. Signs of change. I mean, we're in for some big stuff coming up here, folks. You know that, right? You know that we're going to have some big things happening here in the next year or two. I hope you realize it. You know, these companies are all freaking out. And hey, let them freak out. You know, let the companies freak out. Because when contact happens and it's coming, you know, it's going to be a major deal. Do you live near Route 7? Route 7 in Connecticut is Danbury up to Massachusetts. No, I live on the other side of the state. You know, but yeah, the veil is lifting. Oh, the veil is definitely lifting. The veil is lifting big time. You know, all these people, these big companies that are going, they have these comets or whatever it was happening. These that were happening in New York. The big boom over there the other day. There's some other videos that were taken by people other parts of the world. There's a lot of stuff happening, folks, up there in space. A lot of stuff happening. You know, if you want to get our attention, shake things up in space a little bit. So we'll look up there, maybe shake things up so people pay attention. Maybe human beings pay attention. Breaking news: human beings on Earth pay attention. Things are happening. The Earth is a rumbling. The universe is rumbling. Wake up. This is your wake-up call. I love it. I love it. It's just great to be alive here, you know. It's great to be seeing all this crazy stuff happening. It's going to shake the whole foundation. You know what's even more interesting? The system on Earth is falling apart. This planet's, the whole system's falling apart. And that is a good thing. So don't be afraid. It was bound to happen at some point in Earth's lifetime, in your lifetime, in my lifetime. Okay? It was bound to happen, right? All these artificial structures that we've created, all these power structures on Earth, all these different religions, everything out there, all these people with their big, skyscrapers and all their money, really. And then there is the contact. Then there is the final contact. Then there is the beginning of contact. Then there is the time when we're coming together. I'm amped up tonight, folks. Watch out. I am really amped up here tonight. Oh, we're going to go back to the galactic. Never mind the basics. We're going to go back to where we came from. And it wasn't from 3D world, Maya says, I've seen blue beings and grays. Hey, Maya. Would you like to join us as a guest, Maya? We'll bring you up here. I'd like to hear your story about blue beings and the Zeta. Well, there are no grays, but there are Zeta. And we'll leave that up to you. Evidently, you're able to come up on audio. And if Maya decides to come up, she'll be our first guest. She says she's had contact with the blue beings, and I'm visiting my parents. Oh, that's good. So there's no way you can come up. You're visiting your parents. I got you. We'll have to have you on some point. But I am following you, Maya. So I'm following you here as host of the show. They're in bed, and I don't want to wake them up. Oh, I think you should wake them up. I mean, wake them up. Why would you want to not keep them, asleep there? No, I'm just kidding you. Let them sleep. Thank you for the follow. Could you imagine, Maya, waking them up and you start talking about this whole thing with the blue beings? And, oh, by the way, my parents, I'm on TikTok with the commander, and I never told you this, but I've had contact. I've kept it a secret to you all these years. I've had contact with blue beings and Zeta. You what? Maya, you never told us that. Oh, you told your mother? Oh, your mother knows? Okay. That's good. You never know. How much is it to join your audio? And it doesn't cost anything to join my audio, but it's free to join us and again to interact and conversational wise. But with all the work I do on TikTok, just so if you're new to TikTok, you are able as a TikTok creator to have people support what you do through donations, through gifting. They call TikTok gifts. I have Cash App on my thing here with Venmo. So I encourage people, I'm going to start using it more and more, to use my Venmo account and go to my link. If you want to donate $5 or $10 or $15, please do so. So TikTok is very pro that way. So if you get used to TikTok, that's what many creators do. I do that. I feel very good about it, and I don't have any hesitation about it. Let's see here. Hey, Adam, good to see you. Yes, we are amped up tonight. I am so looking forward. Hey, Trans. I'm so looking forward to contact. I'm also looking forward to getting rid of any negative ETs that are trying to come through our planet to try to stop contact. I'm ready to kick their cosmic butt. Now, I'm amped up when I say that. If there are any negative ETs out there, we're going to kick your butt into outer space. You're not going to be stopping contact on this planet. I'm going to say this right now loud and clear throughout the universe. I know my space family's listening to this. They're probably saying, wow, he is amped up tonight. See, they listen on the spaceships of the command. They have monitors, and they're watching our show right now, and they're watching everything we're doing. Blade, greetings and salutations to you. Dana Dane. Who would not believe you, Dana Dane? Dana, repeat what you were saying. Who wouldn't believe you? I don't even know what you were saying to not believe you. Jade's hyped up on sugar. Thank you, Brim. Oh, she saw Grays. Oh, Dana, we'll bring you up here. Dana, we're going to bring you up here. I'm going to bring you up as a guest, Dana. Dana, if you'd like to come up, I'm a contactee, so I'm a different kind of UFO talk show host. I've had experiences, so feel free to come up. We're not going to knock you off all over the place. You have to be over 18. Again, just as you're going to be a guest on the show, no foul language, no kids on the show, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no paranormal discussion. But Dana, I would love to have you on the show to talk about your experience with the Zeta. So if you come on here, we'll definitely interview. I sent you a guest request. All you have to do is go to the multi-guest option, press the button, and you shall be on the program. The government's the government's not stopping it. They're trying to stop it. They can't stop it, but they're trying to. How about negative people? Cuddy, what do you mean? Let's see here. I'm just reading comments here. And I appreciate my moderators. Johnny, we appreciate you, brother. All my moderators, we appreciate you so much. Hey, Scrubs, good to see you. But I'm going to talk about this because I know that Smurf was telling us last night when he was on that there was a Zeta ship. There was not a Zeta ship, a negative ET ship that came over near April's property the other night. And I'm sure the command took care of it because the command's not going to stand for any of that. Our Astro Command is not going to stand for any negative ships infiltrating and coming into Earth. They'll be kicked back out in the universe. So, we know that, and this, everybody in space, no matter who they are, knows that there's going to be contact on Earth. Everybody in space. When I say that, everybody in space, meaning every civilization that's out there that can travel the universe, they all know what's going on Earth right now. They all know that we're going through a shift. They all know that there's going to be contact, and they're all interested, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. The thing is, the bad ones, if they try to come here, they're going to get their butts kicked by the Ashtar Command, all right? My voice travels throughout the multiverse. Through our Ashtar Command ships, they watch my show. If you don't understand when I say that, get out of the 3D belief system and listen to what I'm saying. As I speak now, there are thousands, who knows, thousands upon thousands of space people that are watching this show on a spaceship. My parents, my space parents are watching the show. My two sisters, my brother, they're all watching the show right now. Right as we speak. So with the hundreds that we have here, just imagine thousands upon thousands of men and women on spaceships from the command watching my show. They do. If they're doing the mission work, they're definitely doing what they need to do. But when they're not, when they're taking a break, they're watching the show here. And so we have a lot of viewers beyond Earth. Isn't that interesting? We have a lot of viewers beyond TikTok, beyond planet Earth, that are watching the show on a spaceship. And I can say that with total confidence. You don't hear me like wavering, like, well, we have maybe a couple people watching on a spaceship. No, we do have a lot of people watching on a spaceship. The difference with me is I know what I'm talking about. You won't see me feel a little bit nervous about what I'm saying. Oh, should I tell them maybe there might be some people that are watching on a Ashtar Command spaceship? Maybe they'll believe it. I don't talk like that, folks. I've been around a long time on this planet. And I can tell you, with all the experiences I've had, the most beautiful experience is that our space family is here. They're not going to be visible to you right now. They're not going to be uncloaking all over the planet right now. There's many, many more ships coming from beyond Earth. I want to tell you this. There are fleets of ships. I'm talking about fleets of ships that are coming to Earth. Can you hear me? Can I shake you up a little bit? Can I wake you up a little bit? Can you just stop and just watch the show maybe instead of scanning TikTok? Can I get your attention? Hello out there. Does anybody hear me or see me? There are ships coming to Earth. They are positive spaceships. The ships are only ships. What's in the ships are people that are spiritual beings of light in the ships. I want you to understand this. They are coming. They are here now. They have bases they're setting up, very, very cloak bases in remote areas, in mountainous areas, in remote areas, which is smart. They're not being detected by any Earth-based military radar. You know why? Because they're smart. They're way more advanced than our Earth military people with their radars and all their tracking devices and whatever they got going in space. So let's get down to it, right? Let's get down to it. Let's not mince any words here. I just say it's either black or white, and this is the way it is. No hokey pokey here. All right? I know there are people out there that can't wait for contact, but you have to be patient. Take it from me. I'm the one on the show I'm the one who's being patient. I want you to be as patient as I am. Because when the time comes, when the contact happens, it's going to be the most beautiful thing that's ever happened. It will be. It's going to be the most transformational time for every single person, no matter where you are, who you are, or what you are. It doesn't matter. Okay? I don't care if you wear a three-piece suit, no suit, a bathing suit. It doesn't matter. And Lenny, thank you. The reason why I'm patient is because I don't come from here. On Earth, everybody's running around, impatiently running around doing things. People need to take a deep breath, People need to chill out. And the problem with this planet is there's not enough chilling out going on. Everyone's just running around all over the place for no reason at all. Wait a minute. That was just an ambulance going by. It was pretty loud, I have to admit. Okay, ambulance, go away. Bye-bye, ambulance. Okay. So, people need to just chill out. On Earth, I've noticed a lot of things about people. Everyone's in a rush to go nowhere. They're all in a rush to get into the office building in New York City or London or wherever they are. Got to rush, They don't take time to just stop. But when contact happens, I guarantee you, billions and billions and billions of human beings will be stopping to take a look up above the sky above them. They won't be looking at getting into the office building in front of a computer screen. They're not going to be looking to make sure they look like a movie star. It doesn't matter. They're not looking to see whether they're going to be in Hollywood, on the set, on a Broadway theater play or something. See, when contact happens, everything will be known. everything will be revealed. Everything will be as it should be. You see? That's the deal, man. Everything will be as it should be. And we know, and my friend April knows very well up in Vermont, how beautiful our space family is. And that the contact, when it happens, is going to affect every single person in the most beautiful way. And now Dana, I'm going to try to bring Dana up. Let's see what's going on here. Dana, we're going to press the guest button. Dana, I hear your comment. Dana, go to the multi-guest option. I want to interview you about your experiences with the Zeta. I want to help you out, Dana. I can help you out here. I work with the Ashtar Command. People know it. For people that are new to this show, do you know what I do here? Do you even have an idea what the commander does? Like, I'm not just like regular talk show UFO guy, like on some of these big networks and on cable, and have a show on YouTube that has 10 million people watching it. No, I do something that none of them do, because I came here from another world. I came here from beyond Earth. I came out of the closet over 21 years ago. Actually, longer than that. When I was a kid, I came out of the closet, then went back into the closet, and then came out of the closet when I was old enough to know. How do you like that? You know? And only in the last number of months have I been doing things here that I've never done on this show, where I've actually sent spaceships of the Ashtar Command with physical people going on into people's homes or wherever they lived that were having problems with negative ETs, even if it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or even 2 months ago. And we've cleared them out. We've gotten, the negative ETs were captured, they were quarantined, and then sent off planet. There's things you're going to learn here, folks. You're not going to have a normal nuts and bolts UFO show. You never have, you never will. It never will be like that. That's why this show is what it is. That's why this show is the place to be. Not because I say it's a place to be, because this is what it is. When I started this show, I'm pretty sure the Ashtar Command knew what they were doing when they had me come on TikTok in 2023. But still trying to get Dana up here. As you can see, I have a lot to talk about because I am fired up. And when I am fired up, I got to tell people to watch out. It's all good, but I'm fired up. Yeah, they do, but they're not going to be able to. Well, they've been trying to. They've done what they call hybrid the other beings because they messed up their worlds. The Zeta totally messed up their planets. The Zeta were once human like us. They became so advanced with their technology that they ended up morphing themselves into the big-headed beings that they are because they messed up their worlds. Trance is right. We must be calm. The Palladians are trapped. No, the Palladians are not trapped. Palladians aren't even trapped. Palladians come and go as they want. There's no trapping of the Palladians. Where'd you hear the Palladians were trapped? Who told you that? Palladians aren't trapped. I'm not in contact with your space family, Commander. Gwen, you will be. You will be. Just do not be in contact with the Zeta anymore. As a friend, we're going to make sure you don't keep getting in touch with the Zeta. Let's see here. You do help people. Thank you, Rebel. We appreciate the comment on that. Let's see here. Hey, Mystic Maven. Good to see you, Karen. I'm just reading people's comments here. You can't connect. You tried. That is interesting. Okay, Dana. I don't know why you can't connect. Try it again. Try using the multi-guest option. That's weird that some people can't come on live and they tried to connect. I know that you have the ability to. You have 275 followers. I want you to press the multi-guest option on my screen here. I'm not going to press the guest button to you. I want you to see the multi-guest option where it says host. If you can try pressing that button, I can bring you on, I think. Because Dana has a story about her her contact with the Zeta. And Dana, if I can get you on here, I can send a spaceship over your location, and we will stop the Zeta like in 2 nanoseconds. We will definitely stop the Zeta. Let's see here. Ah, there we go. We got you. It went dark. You know, I'll tell you. I got to bring my camera over here now.
Am I there?
Dana, you are certainly here. Welcome to the show.
Okay, I don't want to show my face.
You don't have to show your face. So
Thank
Dana,
you.
welcome to. Well, you're most welcome. I'm glad you're here. When I heard you were having problems with the Zeta, tell us when it started happening. Whereabouts in the U.S. are you, just in general?
Kentucky.
Okay, very good. So tell us how old you are, and tell us when you started having these contacts with the Zeta.
No, I'm 60. I'll be 61 this month.
Okay. And tell us about the Zeta. When did that start happening?
I was about 9.
9 years old?
Yes.
And
I
have
was
you
very
had?
scared.
Go ahead.
I was very scared at 9. I didn't know what was happening, but I was being taken off, and I was being examined. And later on in life, they came back and got me, and I feel as though they impregnated me, but I feel like I've seen my offspring.
You've seen your
I
offspring.
feel like, yeah, like they took me to see my offspring. I know that that was my child,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember being pregnant with a child.
So you're basically what I would call an abductee. You were actually abducted, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Wow. When you were abducted, have you had contact with these Zeta recently?
No, I haven't seen them since I seen the child, and I was 18 when I seen my child.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't have.
So, you okay. So in your case, this is
I know
fascinating.
it doesn't make sense that I
No, it
don't
makes
have this
sense.
that I know
No,
I have.
you wouldn't have the child because they abducted you. They had you crossbreed with their DNA to create this child because their Zeta, their societies, the Zeta Reticuli system, the Zeta are dying. So that I've read many stories of people over the years in books that
My
have
child was beautiful.
beautiful.
My child was very beautiful with long blonde hair. She wouldn't have been over. She was probably 4 when I met her. She's about 4 years old, and she had
Really,
blue eyes.
blue eyes.
Her eye sockets were bigger, but they were human eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now the grays don't have human eyes. Their eyes are, I don't know, it kind of like a bee's eye. They
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
scaly things over the front of them.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So it's interesting. So they had you crossbreed to help introduce more of the human DNA in their physical DNA. They had to crossbreed with humans, which they've done, in order to have the human DNA for them to create a new hybrid of beings that can live them because the Zeta are basically dying out.
Yes.
Did they ever tell you that? Did they ever communicate with you that way?
No. No.
Yeah, yeah, because the Zeta are dying.
I think they tried to communicate. They don't talk, they don't speak, but I was not connecting with them mentally.
Hmm. Um,
I
do you
was frightened
feel
every
you're
time.
frightened? Do you feel that you're frightened? Do
So
you
I
feel
didn't
that?
know.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you. Do you feel like you've been like they implanted any implants in you?
I don't think so. But I
Hmm.
don't know how they kept finding me. Maybe they did because they kept finding me to do, more
Right.
tests, whatever.
Yes. In order to find you, they would have had to done implants that would allow them to do that. That's what the Zeta and some of the other negative beings did. They would implant people in order to track them. That's what they would do. So in your particular case, I studied this for a lot of years, and I've heard stories of this, and I've talked to people like Bud Hopkins and other people. I knew some people that took the implants at a UFO conference I met years ago. They went and they took implants out of human beings that were implanted by other ETs that were abducting people. They were implanted, and so yeah, there were implants put into people. And I have a feeling you were implanted, but you would never know it, because if they took you and all this stuff happened, they made it so you wouldn't remember. You can remember that you have a child that is very beautiful, but they actually would have to have implanted you, which they did. You just don't. You just have no recall, which is fine. You just don't recall being implanted by the Zeta, but that's what they do. They do implants. That's how they track the human people that they keep coming back and have come back over the last 70 years. They do it through these implants. It's almost like a tracking device for them.
I'm just, I, I'm a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I have children now that are
Mm-hmm.
human,
Yes.
and not that happened before I got married, or well, back when I was a virgin. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I I was a virgin, and I know I had that child,
Yeah.
but um, the child was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what else to say. I don't know where I was going with that. I get sidetracked a lot because of it.
Well, yeah. So let
When
me
I
ask
go
you a
to talking
question.
about it,
Mm-hmm.
it just goes blank sometimes.
Yeah. So this is the dilemma. I'm listening to your story. If you're new to my show, I read energy because I come from Mars. I work with the Ashtar Command, which are Christed beings of light that are the positive beings that are here to help our planet. So I find it very interesting with what you're doing, what's happened with you. I know you haven't had contact with them. At least they haven't shown any contact recently in your adult life right now. But I'm pretty sure that they are able to monitor you and monitor, and they always will be able to interact with you because of what they've done. For whatever reason, maybe they did what they needed to do and they don't feel they have to do it anymore. But obviously, uh, that is something that the Zeta need to stop. Now, I know they're actually communicating through somebody who is had contact with Zeta, and they know that they have no, they don't like the fact that I'm trying to tell the Zeta to stop, but I'm going to tell the Zeta you better stop right now, because the command is going to stop you in a nanosecond. So they don't like it when I tell the Zeta they have to stop, you know. But one of the things is, in terms of the beautiful nature of your child, no one can take that away from you. But if the Zeta interbred and had you interbred with a Zeta to have a child, that child is being kept in captivity by the Zeta. That's against universal law as well. See, the Zeta break universal law, you know? They
Hey,
always do.
I am a mother, and I do worry about that child if it's
Yeah,
eating, or
yeah,
does it have things like my children have? Does it
yeah,
have games and play, you know, on the internet? And does it swing? Does it have a swing?
yeah,
Does it, you know, does it eat macaroni and cheese for lunch? Does it eat for breakfast? What does it eat for breakfast? Does it eat what I
right,
eat? I
right.
mean, all these questions are there all the time.
So let me ask you a question. I like to do something, and I've done this. If you're new to my show, it's all good. What I'd like to do is help you. And when I say help you, I'd like to,
I just worry about the child that I know that through
yeah,
God's help I had.
right. Now
With,
you have every right to feel that way too. Every
I
right to
mean,
feel that way.
partly me.
Mm-hmm.
It is partly me. I mean, come from me. I know it did.
Mm-hmm. So how would you like me to do something very special here tonight on the show for you.
I'm not sure what it would be.
What I would be bringing is men and women of the Ashtar Command to your location. They're about 7 to 8 feet tall, and they will help clear the energy from the things you had happen to you. They will also be checking to see if there's any implants in your body. And what they will do is carefully take the implants out of your body, because I do believe you had been implanted by these Zeta, and it's against universal law. The Zeta don't like the fact that I'm saying this, but I don't care what the Zeta think. The Zeta are going to need to stop, and stop right now. And so
But
I'm making it very clear.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I may, I may be able to see that child again if I keep the implant. If I do have implants, and they are keeping a watch on me before I pass away, maybe they'll allow me to see that child.
Right. But the implants won't stop you from seeing the child. The implants are just a tracking device. So if the commanders take the implants out of your body, it'll free you of being controlled by the Zeta at any time or space or what have you. It'll free you. Those implants that are put on human beings are put there to be able to control a human being whenever they wish to come back and do it, which is against universal law, you know? And
But not being able to, the implants are allowing them to know where I'm at and how to get in contact with me, so that before because I have prayed to them and have asked them that I want to see my child before I pass.
right, and that's your God-given right to you, for you to see that child without a question. That is your right. But the Zeta are not. They are breaking all the rules. See, they've done it for a lot of years to the people of Earth. They come to Earth because their planets are dying and they messed up their worlds. So they come to a planet like Earth and they abduct human beings in many different levels of Zeta that abduct human beings, because they create a hybrid race of humans, and then the people that they have had come on their ships that they forced to do these things with. And I have to remember something. It wasn't like, oh, could you come on our ship, make love to one of our Zeta, and we can have a human being created that will be able to live, because we're a dying race, and we need to do this because we messed up our planets in the Zeta Reticuli system, which they did, and the commander has no, there's no messing it up. It's just the way it is. This is what these beings did.
You don't
The Zeta.
Here before us.
Say again?
You don't feel like they were occupying the earth before us?
No, they weren't. They didn't come from Earth. They came from the Zeta Reticuli system. They never came from Earth. They came to Earth, but not from Earth. You see what I mean?
Okay.
There's a
Can,
whole universe out there.
can you explain why I feel the inner core of the earth ever since I've been in contact with it?
Well, the inner core of the Earth, if you want to talk about, if you're saying inner core of the Earth, meaning the inner part of the Earth, there's a thing called the Agartha network, which is the subterranean cities, but those are not Zeta. Those are very high spiritual beings of light that live in the inner Earth. It's called the Agartha network. If you study it, it's a long history beyond current human form. But the Zeta
The,
don't come from Earth. They came from the Zeta Reticuli system.
the earth core, as I feel it, since I have been abducted and back. I mean, I think I'm a little crazy, but this is the way it
You're not
is.
crazy. You're not
I'm,
crazy.
and this is the way it is. That's the way it is. And if I go outside and take my shoes off and walk across my field out there, I can feel the earth churning and the
Oh, that's
hum
different. I understand what you
comes
mean.
through
Yeah.
my feet.
Hmm.
But I can feel the hum. There's a hum deep in the earth going on too.
Hmm.
Nobody else hears it but me. I know
Well,
I'm
that's a beautiful.
probably alone.
No, you're not alone. That's just a beautiful thing. Now I understand what you're saying. So you're feeling you're connected with the earth. Now, a lot of people. I mean, I feel very connected to the earth too. The beauty of the earth, the trees, the bees, all the life forms, the dolphins. I can completely connect to what you're saying for sure. Makes
It's not
perfectly
the
good
things
sense.
that are on the earth, it's the spirit of the earth
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, yeah.
It's the spirit of the earth that I'm connected with, not the trees All that is beautiful, yes. And the mountains are majesty, you know. I love America, but the spiritual being of the earth is what I feel is coming
Right.
through earth into my feet and through my body.
Right. Right. So
I
what
don't
you're
know how
saying is all
I
planets
don't know
are
how to
living.
explain it other than that.
All planets are living entities. All planets. Every planet, I call it a sentient being. The Earth is a sentient being, just as Mars is a sentient being, just as Jupiter. Planets are living entities. They're living, totally living. What I mean, if they weren't living, they couldn't create all the things that allow us to grow vegetables or whatever. You feel the Earth. You feel Mother Earth. Mother Earth is Mother Earth. Mars is Mars. All the planets that have been created are living entities. They're sentient beings. Absolutely.
Well, I thank you for listening, but I think I kind of want to stay connected to them just so that if they want to show me my child again, I'll see them. I'm not scared of them.
No, I'm
And
glad you're not.
they may be doing wrong. They may not be doing the right thing that should be done, but
Right.
I
But
feel
if you let
like
Dana, if you let me do one thing before you even go off the show with me, I'm not going to have you disconnect from feeling anything about your daughter or your kids that were created when you're being taken by the Zeta. But I wanted to do a gift to you tonight. I wanted to gift you something that will not take away anything you feel. That's not the intention, just so you know. Okay? If you
okay,
allow me to do what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring very beautiful men and women, spiritual beings of light from the command, from our spaceship, to your home in Kentucky. You won't see them, but you'll feel the energy of pure love. And what they will do is they will check your physical body to see if there were anything that was put in there that is definitely not helpful to you. It won't affect your connection with your children. It won't affect your memory of wanting to see your daughter. All that's going to do is they're going to work with you to make sure you're operating in the highest levels of light. And it's good you have no fear. That's a beautiful thing. But we want to have our people work with you to assist you. And we're going to elevate your whole house into a much higher frequency of light tonight. When I say that, they are able to elevate the vibrational patterns of your home and outside around your home to a very high frequency. And that is all good. It's all positive. So my question to you is, would you be willing to do that?
no, I don't think so. Not at this time.
Okay, I respect that.
Not at this time. Maybe I will contact you on another time when you're doing a live show, and I may say yes then. If I
I
ever get
respect that.
contacted, if I ever get contacted by them again, I will contact you and let you know that I have been in contact. And yes, probably I do need someone to come and keep them from contacting me. But at this time, I'm not scared of them. I don't feel like they're there to harm me in any way, shape, or form.
All right. I mean, again, I'm not gonna. I never would force anybody to have this thing that I would do to help them. But I've helped. I almost could say I've helped hundreds of people since last year doing the things I've done. When I've heard these stories, and they thanked me afterwards for actually bringing the space people to their house. But I completely respect that. If that's not what if you're like not interested in having that happen right now for whatever reason, I get it. I get it.
I'm
All right,
glad
Dan.
someone. I'm glad someone does, and I'm glad I'm not as crazy as I think I am.
You're not crazy. Not if you're watching this show, you're not crazy.
Well, I thank you very much for you did help me a lot, believe it or not.
Well, I'm glad I did. I do want you
Just
to,
set it out.
I do want you,
I
well, I
have
want you to,
never,
go ahead.
never, I have never mentioned it before.
Wow. Well, I'm honored that you came on here. Like I said, I want you to see your daughter. If you feel comfortable down next few shows or down the road or whatever, and you say, Commander, I'm ready. I'll let you help me. We're not going to take away your connection with your daughter. That's not our intention. My intention is to assist you in the most beautiful way. And, again, down the road, if you feel as you want to know our show a little bit more, if you say, oh, maybe I'll take up Commander on that. You're always welcome here. You're always welcome to come back here. When you feel ready, you let me know, okay?
Thank you, Commander.
All right, Dana. We appreciate you up in Kentucky or down in Kentucky. And Dana was our guest. What a story that was. And, she'll all over it. And that's why I want to honor her. The fact that she came out of the closet and told us that story, that's interesting. I don't think it's right for the Zeta to do what they're doing. I've said it before. Over the last number of years in current human history, the Zeta have been involved in abduction programs of human beings, be it men or women or children. They've done that, and it's against universal law for the Zeta to do what they've done. It's a total disregard of the sovereignty of a person and of their physical body and their mind. It's totally against universal law. No matter what anybody says to me, it is against universal law, whether you agree with it or not. Oh yeah, she says it is a Zeta. So we're doing interviews tonight, as you know, and I've been pretty amped up here. I just want you to know you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, and this is the kind of shows that we do. We interview all kinds of people. People have had contact with their star family on the other end of the rope or the coin. We've had people like that on the show. So it's a really mixed bag on here, and we do get into it, And if you would like to be interviewed on the show, please let me know if you had any contact with space beings, even if you've been abducted like she was when she was a child and what they did to her. Let me know. We certainly will, have you on here and we'll talk about it. If you have had contact with Bigfoot, fairies, or mer people, we want to hear that too. We want to hear all your stories here. This show is a show that gets into really deep discussions about these things, and the fact that Dana had a child that was interbred with the Zeta DNA. Remember, the Zeta have spent a lot of years with the blessings of our government abducting human beings. They did this for over 70 years, or maybe less than 70. But they've always been involved on some aspect, even before current human history, of abducting people for the purpose of interbreeding with human beings for the human DNA in order to create a Zeta human, because they have messed up their worlds, And when you mess up your world, you don't come here and try to mess us up till you can actually, even though you're dying, you're going to create like a hybrid human that is got some abilities because you wanted to interbreed with human beings. It's just against universal law. It's just not right. And we are amped up tonight, if you haven't noticed. So watch out. And please tap the screen. We're at 57.6. When you tap the screen, if you didn't notice, you're new to TikTok or you never thought about doing it, when you tap on my screen, look at the right top corner, it goes up in numbers. So we need to get up to 100,000 people that like the show tonight. We need to do that. So even if you don't get interviewed tonight, or for some reason you don't want to be interviewed, you can tap on the screen and be part of the show, my audience, by tapping. So everybody tap. You have 258 people tapping. We'll get up to 100,000 in like probably 10 minutes. But everybody needs to do it. No slackers here, No slackers. Just kidding. Hey, Anna, good to have you with us. Have you planted watermelon? Yes, we have, Jordan. I have 2 watermelons. For people that don't know this, the Commander grows watermelons. Yep, I got 2 watermelons growing. And in New England, our watermelon season for growing is just starting now in the Northeast. So we have these little babies growing, and I am growing watermelons. They're all organic. Hey, Jersey for Life, good to see you. And it is a good night to be on Encounters. It's good to be here with all of you. I am psyched to be here with the audience of many, many people over the world. I have a story about UFOs. My uncle seen one, Anna. We're going to bring Anna up. Anna's uncle. And Anna, I'm going to press right here, and we're going to try to bring Anna up. Again, if you want to be a guest on the show, you have to be over 18. No kids on camera, no smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drinking, no drunks, no paranormal discussion. I think I covered it all. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to bring Anna up right on the show here. Anna's our next guest. The Zeta do have planets. They're called, it's in the Zeta Reticuli system. They do have planets. They're called Zeta Reticuli. And they're going to bring up Dana. I think, not Dana, we had Dana on here. We're going to bring up, what's her name? You got to go backwards. Anna. We're going to bring Anna up. Anna, if you press the multi-guest option, we will bring you up to talk about that story. It's on the bottom of the of your TikTok thing. It says multi-guest option. So Anna has a story. We'll see if we can bring her up here. Can the Astro Command find her child? Most likely they could. I would have to have had her on here long enough to do something. Oh, good trans, yes. I'm just looking at here, all the stuff going on here. A red one, I want to get you up here. A red one knows how to come on live, I believe. Red one, you're my next guest. I do not forget. Red one. Hello, how you doing, Red one?
Hello. Hello, how
It's
are
good to
you?
have you. I'm doing good. I read your stuff earlier. So let's talk about what's happening. Give people a background of what's going on with the situation, and we'll get into that discussion with you.
Okay. So when I was 12, I was riding back in a station wagon with a bunch of relatives. We were on our way back from the hospital. And my mom was with me, my aunt, my cousins. This is a carload of people. So they stopped and everybody jumped out. And I was in the back where, you couldn't see. And I got out to see what was going on. And there was a spaceship hovering over the trees. It was so close I could have tossed a rock and hit it. And it stood there
Wow.
for a long time. It stayed there for a long time, and what was strange was, it was like two plates stuck together, like a saucer, and the lights inside were going two different directions. And it made no sound. That was what I thought was really striking. It made no sound. But since then, um, my mother has been talking about blonde people walking through her walls, coming through her ceiling,
Wow.
and just lately, she has this thing on her leg, on her shin bone. There is a little red bump that she won't let you touch it. She won't let you come near it. And my mother's a hypochondriac. If she has a bump or a broken nail, she goes to the hospital. She's
Mm-hmm.
always at the doctor. She
Mm-hmm.
won't let you touch this thing. She won't let you look at it. She won't let you get close to it. And that is so not like her. So I was wondering if maybe we got implanted when we saw that ship, and I was 12. I had a lot of female problems since then. Lots of well, let's say cancer, and
Oh my gosh.
or the C word. But so I was curious as to if I maybe have got an implant because I dreamed about a spaceship dropping me off on my porch, and I moved. I don't live there anymore. My mother lives on the reservation still.
Yeah.
I live in Colorado now.
You say your mother lives on a reservation. I take it she's from one of the indigenous tribes?
Yes, we're the Creek Nation.
Creek Nation. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I find it interesting. The space beings, they were tall, and what color was the hair?
Blonde.
Blonde.
That's what she blonde. But just like recently, she said she saw them all in a row, heading like northeast. She said they were just all walking in a line, and everybody was holding hands and walking along. And I kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, "What?" You know.
That's
So
interesting. Are you
I'm just
saying
really
that
curious.
she's saying the space people were holding hands and walking in a row?
Yeah, like walking, in twos or threes in one direction, like towards the northeast. She wasn't sure which direction. She she's 82. I believe she's 82.
82. Now,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
interesting. I'm really listening carefully here. So, if I understand this, as I analyze what you're saying, the space people were walking, were they on the reservation doing this, walking through the reservation
Yes. Yes. At her house. Yeah. They're coming through the
at her
ceiling.
house?
Walking. Yes. And she doesn't live where we lived when I was a kid, when that happened,
Mm-hmm.
we all lived on 40 acres together. The whole family lived there. And then
Mm-hmm.
everybody just kind of split away when my grandparents passed. And my mother lives on the
Really?
reservation down in um, Okima,
Okima. What state is that in?
Oklahoma. I'm in
Oklahoma.
Colorado.
So you're in Colorado. So the space beings, these beings, they're walking in rows. This is just amazing. They're walking in rows, folks. Listen to this. And they're walking in rows and they're coming through the walls into our house, correct?
Right? Yes.
Okay. Has
And my
she told
mother,
you how?
she doesn't. My mother doesn't tell stories. She's an old Indian lady. She
Yeah,
just tells it like it is, and she doesn't know any other
yeah.
way. She's a
No, no,
medicine
I believe
woman.
that. No, I believe you 100%. I have a great respect for the spiritual elders of the Hopi Nation and the Hopi I met many years ago in a friend's shop who was very silent, but I knew he knew a lot of things.
Right.
So I have great respect for people like your, grandmother and my mother or what have you. The thing I am very interested to know is, have you had anything happening with you where you are now in Colorado? Do the space people even contact you?
I dreamed the other night that I got dropped off on my back porch by a giant flying saucer. There's no other way to put it. But this one was metallic and the windows were on the top. Like it came at an angle and dropped me on the porch. And I was like, I woke up and I was looking around like it felt like it really happened. I'm in my stomach. I felt like,
Right,
what? It wasn't a dream. It just felt so real.
right. And it
So I
probably
don't
was real.
know.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that was in the spaceship that we saw. I don't know if they have been following her and I our lives because we've spent most of our lives together. And my
Hmm.
mother calls me to her a lot, and she does it a lot mentally. Not mentally, but you know what I mean. In my
Yeah,
mind, she calls me
yeah.
she without words.
So I'm very interested in I am also, as you watch my show, you know the things I do here. I am in telepathic communications right now on the ship, my Astro Command connection. And I'm wondering, in your situation, and I'm talking to you, but I'm listening to them talk to me too. They're saying they'd like to come over and help you a little bit.
Oh, I would love that because if I was implanted at 12, I'm 62 right now. That implant would have moved or, grown with me.
Hmm.
So my mother's is coming out of her leg, coming out of her shin bone, and it's really obvious. She
Hmm.
won't let you anywhere near it. And that's so strange for her because she wants you to look at every little thing.
Yeah,
So it's so strange that she would protect
interesting.
that part, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
yes,
mean,
I'm all I think that I should be checked to make sure that I can finish my journey without any interruptions if that's what's happening.
mm-hmm. So here's what we'll do. And I'm listening. They're talking to me right now as I speak. They're telepathically in communications with me. Give me a moment. And they really want to come over to Colorado. So the command wants to send a spaceship over your location, about 20,000 feet above your location, cloaked. Um, hmm, Give me a minute. They want to send 10 of their people on the ground level 10, number 10. They want to have 10 people come to your house. You okay with that?
I'm fine with that. Yes,
Okay, okay.
I
So we're
have a
going to do that.
stellar.
Oh, good. So for people watching my show that are new and saying, what am I doing or what's he doing? I work with the Astro Command. I'm from the Astro Command. I am a human being as a contactee. So, a quick thing about my background. I've been activated about 7, 8, or 9 months ago, roughly. I was downloaded by the command with the ability to send spaceships to different places around the planet to help people. And the spaceships are not helping anybody, they're just spaceships. There are space people that are helping people, but the ships are just a traveling device, so to speak. Understand? So we're going to be doing with Red One is we're sending a ship over to Colorado right now. Give me a moment. The ship would be there like in 2 seconds. In a blink of an eye. So the Astro ship is there now, and my energy is shifting. If one were sitting here and you were me, my whole consciousness is, my whole upper consciousness is shifting as I do this. I can't explain it to you. I'm not even going to try. Okay? Man. So they're there right now. There's 10 Ashtar commanders. Please present yourself. They're going to be cloaked. There's 5 men and 5 women to be exact. They're coming in through, they're able to break down the molecular structure of, of your physical environment, so to speak. And then the molecular structure, they go through it, and they're in their solid physical form. You won't see them, but they're in this physical form. They're about 7 to 8 feet tall, normally. Normally. Give me a moment. All right. We shall get started. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. This is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And this is part of what we do on our show. We're not just a nuts and bolts thing talking about did the saucer have metal on it or did the saucer have seats inside it. Those are boring. Who wants to talk about that? We don't do that here. So we're going to help Red One. I want you to close your eyes, please. And I want you to breathe in and out about 3 or 4 times, please. I'm switching into my consciousness with the command right now. I'm not just doing my talk show. I'm now switching into my higher level with the Ashtar Command consciousness. Man, I am getting so many downloads right now as I'm helping you. It's crazy.
That's excellent. My name is Rebecca, by the way. My name is Rebecca.
Rebecca, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
I have red hair.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And
Right,
so,
I'm an
are you
Indian.
able, let me see here. Let me see something here. I'm seeing if we are able to. Rebecca, can you come on camera?
I
Am
can.
yes, you'll come on camera. That'd be great. They want me to put you on camera. Okay, great. There you go. Beautiful. So I want you to close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to breathe out through your nostrils as many times as you need to. And then relax yourself. Relax your body. Relax your consciousness, please. And when you're there, please let me know.
Okay, I'm relaxed.
All right. As you keep your eyes closed, the 10 Ashtar people are in the room now. I see your room, so I understand where you are. I'm going to have the woman, one of the women of the 10 of the people that are with you, she's going to come forward to you from your front and touch your forehead. She's saying she's gonna touch your forehead. They're giving me an example, and she's gonna do some work with you. And in a minute, you're going to feel a touch of your forehead, very soft, like a soft hand touching you. She's about 7 to 8 feet tall. This woman. Please touch her forehead
Okay.
so that she may understand that you are touching her right at the moment. Take your time.
I felt
Let me know.
her energy right away.
Yes, she's there in front of you right now. And she's going to work with you. The other 9 space people, 5 of which are going to just go around your house a little bit, explore, and they're going to also up the vibrational levels in each room where you live, also around your property as well. The other 4 are with you. They're still in the room. One of the other space people is going to touch your neck. I'm like touching my neck. It's almost like I'm supposed to do this. And they are completely independent of me. They're just telling me what they're doing. The other one's going to touch your neck and going to do some work on your. They're going to scan your body for anything that might have been potentially there or put there. They're going to also open your consciousness up so you may have clear communications with your star family, so to speak.
Now I feel a little pressure on my left side,
Yes,
on my neck.
yes, they're working with you right now. For people watching the show, I have sent 10 Ashtar Command people physically to her home. If you've never watched my show before, I'm not your normal talk show host, and nor do I ever want to be. Um, I am not from this planet. Understand that. I am able to work on this earth, to play the game, but I'm not from here. I've been given my abilities and more abilities now in the last few months, and I'm being activated to help humanity, help people. As you're sitting there with your eyes closed, there's two other space people. For some reason, the shoulders are important. I don't understand that. They haven't explained that to me. But one's going to touch your right shoulder. The other one's going to be working with your left shoulder. And give them a moment. And they're going to work on the energy frequencies within the cellular structure. When they touch your shoulders, let me know, please.
I felt an immediate shift when you said that.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Man, I'm telling you, I've never been so amped up in my life here. And my eyes are closed because I sometimes will close my eyes. I'm in a different frequency. I'm concentrating, very focused.
I can feel them touching my arms.
Yes. They're going through every aspect of every cell in your body. They're making sure that everything is in alignment in your particular physical form as a human being, and you're going to be able to have more clarity when you go to sleep. You'll be able to have more clarity when you are making contact. Your contacts with your space family are going to be more immediate in the next soon. You'll start having more regular contact with your star family. You'll remember who they are. They will tell you who they are, and you're going to keep a journal of who they are when they visit you, so to speak. Do you understand?
Yes, yes. It's a wonderful feeling. I was really nervous at first.
Yes. No need to be nervous. You're a beautiful soul, you know.
Thank you. Feel very comfortable.
And in the stillness of life, in the stillness of life, you're now going to be in the most beautiful place in your time and your space. They will stay with you, the space people. They're going to stay with you now. They are
It's
going to work
totally a,
with
it
you. Can you explain what you feel?
feels like a chill in the air, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit chillier than it was. And it feels
Uh,
very relaxed, very loving, very loving.
Michelle said lights are flickering. Are they flickering in your house, Michelle, or are you looking at her house? She's got her eyes closed.
Right? Are they flickering?
Maybe she's have her lights are flickering. I don't know. Her house. Oh, her house. She says her lights are flickering. I have my eyes open now, so I'm paying attention. Your eyes keep closed. And actually, some of the space people will actually uncloak themselves. Potentially, one or two might potentially uncloak themselves tonight for you. They will communicate telepathically with you. Matter of fact, um, we're actually going to test something here. If one of the space people will communicate with her through consciousness, Can you do that for her right now as you're working on her consciousness and her physical form in a most loving way? Can you say something to her through consciousness, please? Keep your eyes closed.
I'm here and relax.
You what?
Relax. They're telling me to
They said
relax.
they told you to relax? Okay, you did hear them. Okay, good. This is also new for me that I'm asking them to speak when they visit somebody. So that's very new for me. So now I know that the space people can talk to you through consciousness.
That's awesome. But when I see them, I'm a really small person. I'm 5 foot tall. So
Oh, okay. That's okay. Even though they're 8 feet tall, they love you.
that's awesome.
If you're coming into the show now, and Deborah, we'll bring you up next on the show. You'll be our next guest. There's a lot of beautiful energy around you. Your
Thank you.
vibrational energy is really, really good.
Thank you. I'm a definite Christ being. They're saying they love me.
Yes, see?
Um,
The beautiful thing is now that I can have the space people feel free to talk to you through consciousness. You know, because they are
that's
telepathic.
awesome.
They can speak, but they don't want to. They speak through consciousness, our space family.
I could understand that. I don't speak a lot myself.
Hmm. Okay. Is that you breathing?
That's my husband snoring.
Oh, I was wondering who was snoring. Okay.
It might be my dog also. They're both asleep.
Oh, maybe they're both just snoring. Okay.
Sorry.
No, no, no need to be. Well, the commander's going to be there with you. We're going to. I'm asking them how long they want to stay with you. They'll be with you till Saturday night, they said. They'll be with you. They'll be hanging out with you till Saturday night. So we're
That's
going to do
awesome.
something else. And I want you to enjoy your evening in Colorado and enjoy all the new energies and the stuff that they bring to the table. Um,
I
and
hope they
you're
enjoy
going to
the lake.
clear anything in your body. You're near a lake. You're in the lake area?
Yeah, right. I am 15 minutes from two lakes,
Uh,
and I'm going to the lake tomorrow.
oh, Oh, there you go. See, there you go. I'm sure they'll want to come to the lake and hang out with you cloaked, but you might have some company.
That's awesome.
So
They'll love it.
I want you to close your eyes. We're going to say something I do with every guest on here that I do these kinds of things, whether it be the abductions or no abductions. This is one of the more important things to know because I already believe you're already there, but this just reaffirms who you are. So I want you to say, I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christ being of light.
I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christ being of light.
And I'm going to have a beautiful night tonight.
And I'm going to have a beautiful night tonight. Thanks to the commander and the space command. Everybody. It's so wonderful. I'm so happy.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. I appreciate your willingness to let the command come to you in a spaceship. and I'm glad we were able to do this for you tonight.
Thank you. I'm
And
gonna
I'm
open
glad,
my eyes.
open your eyes, and I'd love to speak to your grandmother or sometime have her on the show. I'd love to speak to her if that ever happens. You know?
Yes, I will make sure that happens if I'm ever close to her again.
Okay, that you got a
Thank you,
deal.
Commander, so much. And that's the help that you give people. It's a wonderful thing, and tell everyone to leave the earth the way they found it. Very beautiful.
Yes, I agree. Thank you very much for your kind words. And we're going to let you down. We're going to take you off the ship, but you'll be with the space people until Saturday. So that's our gift to you,
Thank you.
always.
Thank you.
All right. So now for people watching my show for the first time, Deborah is coming up next. This is what I do, folks. This is why this show is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, because this show does something no other person does on YouTube. All the YouTube UFO shows all interview these former generals and people and talk about disclosure. And they talk with these very important people that are popular, that have their ratings up. I just do what I do. You know, when I speak the truth. When I talk the cosmic truth. What I do, I do. You know, there's nobody, I don't care who's on TikTok, they do not do what I do. Not to put anybody down, because I never do that. I'm just saying nobody on TikTok can do what I do. I don't care who they are. Put 10 people against me, they cannot do what I do. They can try to do what I do, but they can't do what I do. You see what I mean? Do you understand? I'm now in my Ashtar Command consciousness, so I'm operating at a very high conscious frequency right now, and we love everybody, you know. We love everybody. Tahar, thank you. Alcos, thank you. Man, my energy is flying through the roof. Deborah, welcome to the show, Deborah. Hey, Deborah.
Deborah, welcome to.
Deborah, we
Hey,
have to
how you
have you.
doing?
Good. We have to have you stop running around all over the place.
I know. I was so I his parents is coming tomorrow, and it just like we just found out like 3 or 4 hours ago, and I've been busting my butt all around the house so far. I mean, the house
When,
is clean, but you know when you got your in-laws coming, you're like, oh, the walls need to be scrubbed.
well, now you're on the show, you need to relax. We have to get you to relax a little bit here, you know? So let's get into what you want to
Okay.
talk
Yeah.
about
Oh,
and go right into it.
yeah, so when I was telling you last night about the situation where I was paralyzed, and they, whatever it was like hurting my spine. This isn't the first, like after I had my son back in 2008 is when it
Mm-hmm.
started happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it was different later on after I had my daughter.
Yeah.
Is when it started hurting me in different areas. This is the first time in years that it started happening again,
Wow.
and I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. Someone's asking, were they
It
using
just it
probe?
concerns me because. Oh, go
So
ahead.
now that that's happening, the pain. Would you like me to help you tonight with maybe some medical people?